everybody. So it's very unusual for me to binge watch a show, but I just did. And so I thought that I would talk about it. And it's called Virgin River and it's on Netflix. And so they just posted the first season of this show, Virgin River, 10 episodes, first season. And I was putting away my Christmas tree. And I just kind of a slower day. And so I started watching it. And it is unusual that I binge watch a show, but this is a very, I think, bingeable show. And there were quite a few things I liked about it, but it had its fair share of problems. It started out really strong. It's based on a series of novels by Robin Carr, and just starting out the pilot, it totally felt like my kind of show. Like, it's definitely grittier and darker than something you see on Hallmark, but it has a lot of themes and even similar casting that you see on Hallmark, certain especially supporting actors. You see Terrell Rothery and Benjamin Hollingsworth and Jesse Hutch appears, like just some of the Hallmark folks appear in this show. And it's a very Hallmark concept, the idea of the big city girl coming to the small town and finding love and learning to reset her priorities and everything like that. All that is totally in my wheelhouse. And the kind of melodrama that the show is something that really works for me. And I found it very entertaining. And it's not like the deepest show or the headiest show. Like, you're not going to have like tons of philosophical questions about Virgin River. It's just a entertaining, like, evening soap opera kind of a feel to it. And so all that I enjoyed. And it's one of those shows with the small town with all the kind of kooky characters, crazy characters. In the show, you have a a nurse named Mel, played by Alexandra Breckenridge. And I think she does a really good job in the role. She ends up getting this job from this really, really grumpy doctor who resents the fact that someone else is coming in and honing in on his turf and telling him what to do. And is played by Tim Matheson. And he does a really good job of playing this cantankerous doctor. Also have his kind of ex-wife, that's the mayor of the town, played by Annette O'Toole. And she can be a little much sometimes, but she's the classic kind of busybody character who thinks that she knows how to lead everybody's lives. So really liked Colin Lawrence, who's also a Hallmark guy, and he played a character named Preacher Middleton, which I've never heard that as a nickname, Preacher. So it kind of always took me off guard a little bit, but I thought he did a really good job with his role. So all those things kind of work in the community of it, the busybody nature of it. Everyone knows what's going on with everybody's life. And the first plot, kind of where they find a baby on the doorstep of the office, I thought was the best subplot of the whole series. And I thought that I was really digging the show for the first like 3 episodes. And so all of that was really strong. And so I definitely would recommend, especially if you like this kind of sort of soapy fun shows, then I think that you'll enjoy it. So let me talk about some of the problems that I had with the show. So they've put as the main couple, you have this guy, Jack, who's this veteran, who has this PTSD that he's kind of hiding and not dealing with, played by Martin Henderson. And has this existing relationship, and then Mel comes into town. They have that spark. The problem is I don't think they actually had a spark, because I felt like that Jack seemed so much older than the Mel character, and the actor is actually 8 years older. And it just affected the chemistry to me, because I know she has kind of a young face, and he, has like he just has like grizzled sort of older look. And so I don't know, I just never felt the like quite the chemistry that I needed for this kind of show. Like, I was thinking of a show like Men in Trees, which was such a spicy show and such a fun show, and it got canceled way too soon. But this does not have that kind of thing. Even Heart of Dixie, which is a similar show, I think had way more chemistry in the leads. And more spark. So that's just my personal opinion. So I think that was a little bit of a problem. And then also there's the second half of the show, there's a whole long plot with this kind of cult pot growers that are dangerous and militaristic, and that all just did not work for me at all. I thought it felt way out of place for the kind of show it is. There are darker themes to this show, but most of them are like personal things, like she's getting over grieving of her husband passing. There's loss of children, there's loss and grief, but that's like more personal, comforting, and soapy than a crime syndicate in the area. And anything that had to do with that drugs syndicate did not work for me at all. I thought it felt totally out of place, like from a different series. And unfortunately, there's more of it than I would like. And also, I do think, even though I liked Annette O'Toole as this mayor character, by the end of the show, she is a lot, and she gets to be pretty grating, and she really starts behaving like a child and doing things that like a normal human wouldn't do, and treating people in a way that she's supposed to be a likable character. So I don't know. I feel like they need to tone back in season 2 on her character and make her kind of likable again, because it was a lot, especially in that second half for me with her. I got kind of sick of her. And also, I felt like her sister, Mel's sister, is usually just there to kind of, I don't know, do exposition with her just on the phone. And then she ends up showing up and having sort of a plot line and whatever. And the stuff with her sister, I didn't really like. I just felt like, I don't know, I think that all that information that we're getting could have been handled in a more interesting way, in a better way, without this character that's like practically there just to answer the phone. And so, I don't know, that was another problem I had with it. And so it was, I guess, ended up being a bit of a mixed bag, even though I really liked the tone. I really liked the style of show. It's totally my style of show. I liked the side characters. I liked the small town feeling. I definitely will watch it season 2, and hopefully they'll make those little corrections. I mean, I guess you can't really correct the casting, but maybe it'll grow on me eventually. By the end, I still wasn't feeling it between them, but who knows. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Virgin River. Let me know what you think of the series if you've watched it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because I didn't see a whole lot of videos on YouTube with people talking about it. So I'd be curious to know what you think. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you like more reviews like this. I don't watch that many TV shows, but I could certainly start watching a few more. So thanks a lot, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.